See how Jesus gives us each other in a whole new light of joy and celebration of divinity. When he says you're not going on alone and you'll be sent mighty companions, wow, can we really know? No, like his plans are definitely better than the plans I thought I definitely, definitely the plans of the one who knows infinite light. Oh my gosh, thank you, Jesus, for the gift of reminding me who I am, infinite light, and showing through my brother all the ways, the little twists and turns of denying divinity while it's all here. And helping to see how much no's there are, how many no's. And even every no that arises in the light of divine being, infinite being, the light that's here. Does every no arise in light? Like, can it escape the light? We're trying to escape. We can't be unescapable. The inescapable, infinite light of being. And show me every denial. And then that joy just is no longer stuffed down somewhere deep in the basement and hidden. What's in plain sight, hidden from ourselves. That's why it gets funnier and funnier. Oh, okay, I just desired that experience, Jesus. We can laugh about it. So it's been really fun. The playfulness, but yet the dedication, like playful and dedicated, those combinations, conviction. I love how Jesus says that. And to have more conviction in who we truly are than convicting ourselves to the prison of an idea of a personal identity. Before we were convicted, the play in consciousness was that idea of the past, of being convicted. Desire for punishment. Let's just look in the light of divine being, infinite being. Is there any punishment or fear in light? Does light even know what fear is? It's like that hard, there's nothing on that hard drive whatsoever. Divine light doesn't know what that is. That's how everything we see in the light is unintelligible. Anything else is unintelligible. Ask the light. Is anything other than light unintelligible? It's like, does not compute to light. So we can just follow the light and just say that does not compute. Jesus will tell you that does not compute. Oh, that's funny. Lesson 292. A happy outcomes to all things is sure. What a great lesson. How about if we just take that one? We just wear a little sign so we can see it on each other's forehead and be reminded. Let's ask the light of divine being, that infinite light. Is a happy outcome sure? In the light of divine being, is happiness 100%? Can we find a little place in the light that says this area reserved for suffering? See, the light doesn't have like a little corner over there where it's protecting. That's consciousness, a play in consciousness. To play like there's some little pocket of the devil. And we're going to track that little thing down and live there. And when that room, we tired of playing in that little room of suffering, we're going to move over to this one. Oh no, I don't like that room of suffering. Let me go find something else to suffer. That's a oh, we see it now. We see that the light has absolutely no room whatsoever in it for any kind of suffering. It's like, I don't know what that, we don't know what that is. And then we pretend. Like this feeling here is suffering. No, this feeling here is a desired experience to experience suffering. A happy outcome to all things is sure. We can see that in the light. That's why Jesus keeps saying, all the reflections are coming back when I'm talking to you. Jesus just keeps telling me, just stay with the light. It's like, what? Keep saying that. What a great reminder. Stay as the light. Muji says, stay as the light. He goes, stay on the platform. Don't jump on the train. See, the desired experience is that it's irresistible to jump on the train. I just don't know what happened. No, you decided to get on the train. See, we have to take, the only accountability is for the decision to jump the hell train. The hashtag. Stay with Jesus. It was like, Teresa, I was hanging on to Jesus' hand. Good for you. Hang on. Ask Jesus, can I hold on to your hand? Yes. It'll remind you to ask me everything. It was so beautiful. Rita and I were joining. This is why we have mighties, because you just get reminded. And several mighties have said this. I thought Jesus was just for the big things. Let's ask Jesus so we can be 100% clear on what Jesus is here for. Everything. Is there any question in the light of the divine being that we can't ask Jesus? Not one. So it's a new habit. The consciousness likes habits. So it's a new one. Because in the light of divine being, we don't have to ask. Who's asking? The light just is. But in that retraining, the mind training, the training to focus on the light training, light first, light, it's a flashing light. Bonk, bonk. Instead of shields up, it shields down. When it goes bonk, 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 it's time to drop the shields and be unprotected. See, when we put the shields up, on the Starship Enterprise, sometimes they can't communicate. When the shields go up, that's what's happening with Jesus. We put the shields up and just spin out into pain and spin out into suffering, spin out into fear, which are all forms, remember, love and fear. See that the light is love. Is the light infinite love? And here's the answer. Yes, only light's true. Is only light true in the light of divine being? See, it's yes. Does it say anything else is true? See, watch your head go. This is listening. This is the deep listening. That's talking to Jesus. Jesus, is there anything other than light in here? No. So instead of shields up, it's drop the shields. Unprotected. In my innocence, my safety lies in the light. See, the light's innocent. Light's just not looking around to play shadow puppet thoughts. It doesn't play duke it out with thoughts. God promises make no exceptions. Let's ask the light. Oh, I love it. In the light of divine being and honesty of God, does God's promises make any exceptions? Are there any exceptions in light? Let's look or make sure that we see if we can find a single exception in light. The teeniest tiny exception in light, not so we can really be clear. He's using contrast. He's showing us no fear in light. No promises, exceptions in light. No exceptions. Are there any beliefs in light? Is there a single belief in there in that light? Just like, not a single one. Not a single belief in light, in infinite light. Let's be sure, because we can all recognize light, because we're light. There's only light. A happy outcome to all things is sure. God's promises make no exceptions. So let's see if we can find exceptions. So exceptions arise out of the desire to experience exceptions. Let's ask the infinite light that. Do exceptions arise out of the desire for the experience of them, to dream them? You can hear the light go, yep, it's a dream. That's Jesus talking. It's a dream. And he guarantees that the only joy can be the final outcome found for everything. See, the light's not going. Let's see if the light ever says, okay, you're going to have joy in everything but. It doesn't. Does the light have an exception to joy? No exceptions. And remember, I was talking about how Jesus was giving me the talk about you're too tolerant. That's the exceptions to the, that's allowing exceptions to the final outcome. To pretend like there's exceptions are possible, that there's a limit on what God's offering us. And he guarantees the only joy can be the final outcome found for everything. In the light of divine being and honesty of God, is there anything other than joy when we're honest? That's honesty. And is everything other than joy an attempt to prove that love does not exist? And you can hear the light go, yep. This is just the dialogue we can have and confirm any sentence that appears in consciousness. Is it true? Just go to the light. Is this true? Yet it is up to us when this is reached. It is up to us. Again, Jesus, as usual, points to where the buck stops. No way of getting around it. That's what the ego wants to do. It wants to get around where the buck stops, right? It's going to have a murder mystery. Let's find out who killed me. Let's find out who's going to kill me. Let's find out why God's trying to kill me. You know, it's like all those kinds of questions. The murder mystery, the death mystery, when it's the desire for death. So as soon as the acceptance, a full exception, oh, I do want death, Jesus. I just really want I just want to kill that light so badly. Now we're in honesty of God. I want to kill that light. I want to kill that light from my mind. Because can the light be killed? We look, check in. Any way to kill the light? No. And it's really gets to be funny. It doesn't feel so funny at first, but then when you start, you're really, really mad, you know, and you see that you're sitting in a boat, angry in the middle of an ocean, like an ocean of love. Wait a minute. There's this light, and here I am pissed off, right? No place else to go but light, but I'm really feeling mad. And that's why we need his help, because we're sitting in the, you know, all the teachings they talk about. Here's this infinite love. And you're sitting in it like a fish swimming in water, looking for water. That's the whole play of this, the perfect reflection of the play in consciousness. The function of consciousness is for us to be fish. Let's ask Jesus. Let's just ask Jesus. Let's ask the light that. He's willing to answer anything, so we don't take it so seriously. Jesus, am I pretending to be like a fish swimming in water looking for water? When surrounded by love, seeking love. Surrounded by the love of God, seeking joy. See, the seeking word, but it's helpful because he's going to use that honing, that seeking mechanism is showing me this morning. I really have a lot of fun with Jesus, really. Okay, so then he's bringing these images of mine of how he's like a you know, metal detector. Like you could dig 1,000 holes in the beach, right? Looking for, oh, I just know there's metal. I know there's gold down here, right? But you just don't know where to hone in on it. What he's offering is to be the bone detector and find every one of those desires to deny divinity. How can we turn that offer down? Really? Well, we do, because we want, because consciousness likes to play, but only for so long. So by asking him, he's going to go beep, 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 and he's going to tell us how deep it is, how deep to dig, how deep to go to clear it fully. No gold left behind. You know, just ask me so I can show you the denials and just hone in that specificity, very specific, very precise, precision. Like, you know, it's very precise what he's offering. No, don't look at that. Look at this. This is where you need to look. This is how deep you need to dig. That's how precise he is in when we start listening to that voice. And think how much time that saves. Otherwise, we're like wandering aimlessly around on the beach going, That's the ego's plan. The ego's plan is to wander around on the beach to extend time. Going, I know there's gold buried. No, the ego doesn't want to find gold. Let's ask Jesus. The ego, and I don't want to find anything. It wants to seek around and play on the beach. Oh, these are nice wave action. You know, look at the sunset. None of that's a problem for a divine being. It's just that there's just going to be pleasure and pain swings without that precision. The surgeon, the great surgeon of the idea of personal identity. But the thing about it is, if we don't turn on that metal detector, it can't help us. See, if we don't, we can wander the beast with the metal detector. It's inextricable. It's like it's having one strapped to us going, I can't find that gold anywhere. We got to turn on by asking. It's to turn on the metal detector. Jesus, can you help me with this? And then pay close attention where the beeping is, because if we ignore the beeping, I get to like laugh. I love that. I love that. He gets so direct when he tells you, you can hear me. Don't pretend like you can hear me. We can all hear him. We're just pretending like we can't hear him. So we got to take out the metal detector, let him be really precise. Which miracles? That's why he's saying which miracles. He knows which miracles, and he knows when miracles. You'll see that as you're starting to work with them. You'll ask them, is it time for a miracle? You know. Because he knows he's helping us be honest, that there's still, you know, we're kind of toe dipping a little. For those that are really want to go all the way, you know, and just really release those denials, he goes, hold, there's something else for you to see, and just let those things rise up, that desire. He's showing us actually how to do miracles. Like we don't know. We have to go in like we think we know, and we think we know which miracles. I saw that really clearly. You know, the ego's going to kitchen sink miracles. And how about this one? And how about that one? No, he's offering again. It's the ego's going to make digging holes all over the beach. And he's going, no, I'm going to show you right where they are. Okay. Yet it's up to us when this is reached. Okay. So it's whose hand needs to be on the metal detector, switch it on. That's what's up to us, is turn on the metal detector. Can we do the metal detector's job? That's another really beautiful distinction he's making. And step back. It's just say, okay, show me, and follow that metal detector wherever it goes, beep, beep, down the beach. The perfect happiness. When this is reached, how long we let an alien will appear to be opposing his. Jesus, okay, I'm willing to see, is there any of the slightest smidgen of the desire to experience an alien will? I'm willing to look. Opposing God's will, just look at it directly. That desire for an alien will. That is a desire to argue with the metal detector. No, I think you're wrong. I don't think the goal's that deep. That's arguing with the metal detector, you know. Opposing all the help that we're being given to find all that we are. And while we think this will is real, we will not find the end. He is appointed to the outcome of all problems we perceive, all trials we see, in every situation that we meet. Oh, that's a good sentence. And while we think this will is real, while we have the desire for the experience of another will, let's ask him, just check in. Can we go any deeper? He's saying yes. Can we go any deep? I just started laughing. Okay. Okay. Is there any desire below my level of awareness for an alien will? Can I go deeper with you? Okay. And show me that desire, that energy. I'm willing to see it. I'm willing to give that over and ask for a miracle. Now just keep asking them. Let them take it deeper to release that desire. And then we just yawn it. We just call, everyone just yawns it out. You just yawn that ego out. If you stay with desire, don't dink around anything other than that. It's like, I'm not willing. Do not be tolerant. Do not be tolerant of anything other than the desire for the experience. Because as soon as anything above, you know, we talked about this, because you can ask him, show me the layers, how this works. And he'll start revealing like that desire. And then you go beep, like split. And then you're going to feel guilty. And then you're going to be angry because you want to protect the guilt, not you, consciousness. That's how it plays. Then it starts going like it, and then it's fear, you know, and all these, it crystallizes. So don't tolerate any of that. Don't tolerate. That's tolerating. It's tolerating the whole kerfuffle up there. Just stay under it. Just Jesus, I'm willing to go under it. Go under it really fast. I want to see the energy where I'm wanting this experience. I want it so badly. And then we're in honesty of God. See, honesty of God, see that you're light, admit that you want to deny the light, that you want an experience other than light, that cease to deny the light through a miracle. Okay. All trials we see in every situation that we meet, yet is the ending certain. And the light of divine being and honesty of God is the ending certain. That's what we're here to hold each other's hands, to remind each other that the end is certain. The light doesn't see any other way. The whole limitation, you'll see it in chapter 20 as you go through it, because it really, it just puts all the desires, and you start reading that and you see all the desires to have an experience where it's difficult to wake up. It's the desire for the experience where it seems almost impossible to get out of the ego. You just see how they're all stacked together. That concentration really brings it out. It's like, holy smokes. And then you're asking Jesus and he's going, yep, you got that one. Yep. Yep. Don't believe it. It does the light say, look, you're going to have a difficult waking up. Is the light saying that? Is the light saying you're going to have to go through a ring of fire to wake up? Is the light saying, who's saying that? Who's saying that, claiming that you have to go through fear to wake up? Which one's doing that? No, just look at the desire for the experience of having a hellacious waking up. That's specialness, actually, Jesus is telling me. That's specialness. Have a special waking up where I'm just going through hell. Who's going through hell? The light's not going through hell. It's our favorite little hashtag I equal hell. It's doing that. Okay. You just don't see it sometimes till after you already went through hell. But now we know, we can look. Okay. Yet is the ending certain. For God's will is done in heaven and earth, in earth and heaven. For God's will. Let's ask the light. And the light of divine being is God's will done in heaven and earth. Does the light know anything other than God's will? Does the light say, I want you to have anything other than supreme happiness? If we're honesty of God, ask the light, is there any other will than supreme happiness? See, this would deny what the Father made. The Father only knows how to make supreme happiness. Let's ask the light. Does the light only know supreme happiness? The light never says no to that. Every time which is a good reminder, because then I know it's a miscreation to experience the hashtag I equals hell. We will seek and we will find according to his will, which guarantees that our will is done. Let's just ask, in the light of divine being, is it already done? So all we're looking at is the denial. That's it, already done. Light's here, already complete. As we say in Mexico, listo. Complete. We thank you, Father, for your guarantee of only happiness outcomes in the end. Help us not interfere. We have to look at that. Okay, let's just ask. Go ahead, give it to me straight, Jesus. Is there any desire for an experience of trying to interfere with God's plan for perfect happiness? Okay, and just admit it. Yes. Jesus, will you help me see through the desire to interfere with your plan for perfect happiness? Help us not interfere. We need that prayer. We do. Do we need that prayer? Well, it's such an itch to interfere with the gold detector. I want to fiddle with it, take it apart on the beach and figure out how it works. No, just turn it on and listen. That's it. That's our only function. And let the metal detector, Jesus, help us and just go, okay, where's that? What do I look at that? And not interfere with that. Is that his job? Ask him. Ask him what we have to be clear on what our job is and what his job is. Our job is just to turn it on, invite. That's our only function, is to invite, admit. Invite him in, admit what he shows us, ask for a miracle. That's just that invitation. That's our function. Let's ask him, is our function to feel guilt? Yeah, do you see? No function in there. Is the light going? Can you see a big finger shaking at you? And the light going, no. Is you can look at Jesus. Everyone who comes here talks to Jesus. I know it because I've talked to most of you. I already know it. You're all talking to Jesus. That's why we're here together. We might doubt it. There might be doubts. Okay, that's the play of consciousness, because Jesus is our natural voice. And there's a lot of denials, but we're clearing that together. So it's 100% clarity. If you call the light circles, you called to Jesus to turn on that switch. He's just reminded you to get that switch on, keep it on. It's not a Sunday and holiday switch. It's a 24/7 on switch. Invite, come on in, help me out. I'm going to admit where I'm telling myself no. And that's it. That's the whole gig. Simplicity, light, denials of light, miracles. Except we need him to show us exactly where those are needed for the fastest way. Now, for the kind of dawdling on the beach kind of way, a lot of lunch breaks, sitting on the beach, talking about waking up, talking about falling asleep, talking about stories about, there was this time I had this metal detector and I turned it on and I found gold. No, he's saying, Full time, 24/7, metal detector on. How do I do this, Jesus? That's the fastest way. Help us not interfere and so delay the happy endings. I see the dawdling on the beach, the story of awakening. Jesus, ask them, do we want a story of awakening? We want the story of falling asleep, the story of not being awake, the story of waking up. Ask them how that's a delay. Like when you start seeing, holy smokes, I want the story of the me who's waking up to what's already here and how that's time delay. You have promised us for every problem that we can perceive, for every trial we think we must meet. You have promised us for every problem that we can perceive. Jesus, are you the solution for every problem we can perceive? Is the light the solution? For every trial we still think we still must meet. Is the light the only solution? 100%. Are there any exceptions? Can we find a single exception to the light being the solution for every trial we think we must meet? So like it's the 100% light switch. And he's reminding me once again, that power of joining. So keep joining the slightest twitch. That's what it's for. Then we just say that here at the center, you know, open room, open beds, come jump in. 24/7. If Jesus is available 24/7, we can be available 24/7. That's our function for joining. So again, if anybody's watching this and you're not yet on that Jesus a New Covenant messenger group, that's how we're beings are asking for help with joining in their immediacy. And just a reminder that group's different from social sharing. We're not social sharing. We're just supporting each other. We're staying where we see denials are. You know, here's where I really need a miracle because I see that I desire XYZ. That's helpful for everyone. So yeah, if you'd like to be on that, just text us or contact us through Facebook. We'll jump you on it. And we're sending love and we thank you for coming and being the light reflection here with us. All love from San Juan Kosala.
Wait.
Oh,
shoot.
We haven't left what?
I'm gonna come over here.
Oh. Aw, there they are. Aw, we love you. Oh, we can get us all in. There we go. Oh,